Yeah, baby. That's more I like it, Knick fans. 128 to 116. The Garden was rocking. Brunson was out there cooking like it was Sunday dinner. 31 points, ran the offense, kept his foot on Chicago's neck. Cat, 20 and 15, finally looked comfortable, aggressive, and controlled. OG chipped in with 21 points. Bridges moved the rock. The ball movement, sorry, sis, don't mean to steal your thunder, but 31 assists. That's what winning basketball looks like. Listen, Josh Hart must have heard the talks. My boy came back with 14 and 9. The fan played like the same Hart that we loved last year. And to the fans that turned on him, maybe early, but you might want to start moonwalking and walking that back like Michael Jackson. This response was needed for this homestand. The energy, the chemistry, the fight, it's back. I'm T-Tom with the Knicks and Ish panel. Grab a drink, hit that like button, and let's talk about the team reminding the league that the Garden is not a place that's going to be easy to win. Let's go, Knicks. I know he don't want to do it.
That intro.
Wow.
Thank you.
Mic check 1, 2. Tell these rappers I'm outside, get them start acting up. Turning hoes to housewives from cleaning the ratchet up. Do it off from boom back to melody rap. If they gon' put you in the box, then you might as well pack it up. Bars having bars, no cap, I'm Attica, you a precinct. How y'all competing when y'all just decent? Your rhyme efficiency's like logic simplicity. Don't tell me how much that you black, cause I don't see it. That's it. Fuck everybody on the front. When we see you in the finals, bring that same energy, nigga.
It was good. Since Anna took over to hit the intro for Fraz, you know what I gotta do. Yeah. Live and direct on your YouTube screen is your favorite Knicks and Ish panel. Including but not exclude. I don't know what that part.
Including but not limited to.
Boom. Thank you. Included but not limited to. Yeah, I mean the First Lady, Mrs. Knicks. Of course, we got the infamous Knickerbocker Ave, and our beloved host T-Tom. I'm a spark plug. Having to be two people at once is kind of crazy, but we here. If you didn't do so already, hit that like button. Sharing is always caring. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Set it to all. And the Shopify is scrolling on the bottom. Make sure you visit that. If you don't want to type in all the link stuff, if you want to YouTube, just go to the page. The Shopify is right there. Get your shop on. Support the panel. Don't forget the super chats is active. Get in the super chats, but stop what we're doing and talk about whatever you decided to mention in the super chats. Well, let's get to a little bit of shout outs. I see Darlene in the building for sure. Shout out to sis. Yeah, I mean, as always, I can't see all of them though. Darlene is in there. I bet. So let's get to it. Knicks bounce back win tonight after 3 straight losses, beating the Chicago Bulls 128 to 116. We moved to 3-3. I'm not gonna say the stat. Yeah. Matter of fact, the bro's in the comment. You know what I mean? This is actually the creator of the hoodie. This is a fact. The bro in the comments, yeah. Get you a Brunson on fire hoodie. You know what I mean? It's champion. It's comfortable. It's warm. You know what I mean?
True Brunson burner.
Yeah, facts. You know what I mean? Shout out to the bro Fluke in the comments. But yeah, I'm not gonna say the stat because I'm not going to steal Sis Thunder. That's her stat. But offense moved fluidly tonight, which was beautiful. Brunson had 31, Cat 20 and 15, OG 21. Hart had 14 and 9. We can't forget about Mikal Bridges' 9 assists. It was one of the better and most complete games that we had so far in this early season, right? So to start off, this is a very broad statement so y'all can get into most of the game. What stood out most tonight about the performance, offense, ball movement, energy, defense? Talk to me.
So I'm not going to start with the stat because the one thing that I love the most about today's game was when Mikal got in the team's ass, pause, for not getting back on defense. You love to see that from someone other than JB or Josh, right? Mikal's really the timid one out of them. And him getting angry and holding people accountable, that's what we expect from our players. And then we'll go with my stat, 31 assists. Why we can't do this every night? I mean, if this is what our offense is supposed to look like, I take it. 31 assists. My number is 25. 31, we're winning every game. The bench came alive today, and we'll get into that later on. But this is the bench that we expect with the signings that we brought in. And just everyone being locked in. Everyone from jump looked really locked in. Not only JB, but Cat looked locked in. OG was locked in. I like that Mikal, although he's been our most consistent shooter, saw that everyone else was hot and kind of let them do their thing and got his where he fit in. And that's teamwork. I loved it. It was just a good win and a good building block.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead, Nick Knickerbocker.
I think that it goes without saying. The bench, the real Knickerbocker bench, finally stood up.
Mm-hmm.
They finally showed up. And the Knicks played like the Knicks that we knew they could be. I don't know who the hell them posers were during that 3-game stretch because I couldn't recognize them at all. I recognized Jalen Brunson. I recognized Mikal Bridges, but I couldn't recognize Josh Hart. I couldn't recognize Karl-Anthony Towns. I couldn't recognize half those clowns. And you can and anybody with a set of eyes, glasses, whatever the case may be, contacts, LASIK, doesn't matter. You all know exactly what we were talking about. Tonight, the team, it wasn't just about the shots dropping, but there was diversity in the offense. But more importantly than anything, this team played defense and they kept Chicago at bay. They kept Chicago on it. And Josh Giddey was, he was doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up with another triple-double again. But that was it. Chicago didn't have an answer for Jalen Brunson. Chicago didn't have an answer for the bench scoring 40 points. They didn't have an answer for the fast breaks. They didn't have an answer for that defense. They didn't have an answer for Madison Square Garden. And now they're going back to Chicago with their first loss of the season, and we stay undefeated at home.
First loss given to them by the Knicks. Oh, it feels great. Before I get into the next question, I'm gonna just throw my little 2 cents on, how I felt about tonight's game. It was, to me, it felt like for most of the game, still wasn't a 100% 48-minute complete game, but for most of the game, I felt like it was the most complete game we've played this season, especially when you look at the way that Chicago's been scoring and been playing so far in this early season. Defensively, I thought we were stellar for most of the game. Offensively, the way that the ball moved was amazing. You get 31 assists when you finally start to hit shots. You feel me? Like his shots was falling.
Hello.
Yeah, that happened. But I also thought, it was the quality of shots that we were taking. This is not the same quality of shots that we was taking in the last 2 to 3 games. A lot of the shots that we took the games before felt slightly contested, too contested, right? Tonight we took a lot of the open shots, and that's largely over the fact that JB got in the early offense and was getting downhill most of the game, and that led to a lot of open shots for the rest of his teammates because you had to start respecting the drive. And shout out to JB for just being like, "Oh, y'all gonna give me lane? Copy, copy. I'm about to run off 12 points on y'all on just layups in the first quarter. You feel me? Like, uh, but the shooting definitely helped. But it was a combination of everything that I mentioned in the question. It was the offense, it was the ball movement, it was the energy. Uh, Cat tonight. I don't want to understate Cat's defense on Vucevic tonight. Every time that Vooch tried to post Cat up, Cat pushed him almost to the 3-point line. He had to start his offense from almost that no man's land. Like right under the 3-point line, about like 20 feet away from the basket. That to me, that's no man's land. Like you're not going to take a jump shot there. If you're a post up player, that's a lot of ground that you have to pause back somebody down to get into a good offensive position. And Cat did a great job of putting him there to start his offense. Uh, and shout out to the help defense off that action too, like that defensive action. We got a few steals off of Vooch tonight that we turned into baskets with the help defense. Got to add my guy Kev. Boom, there go Kev. But yeah, there was a few times that we got some steals off of that. So, Cat get a lot of flack about his defense tonight. I thought Cat was great defensively. Yeah, I mean,
And he didn't. And he didn't. Sorry to cut you off. He
yeah, now
didn't
you
make
good.
stupid fouls tonight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like he really played smart.
yeah. That wasn't a cutoff because I was really about to, introduce my boy Kev on the pull
Yo.
up. You know what I mean? And then pose the same question to him because you got to go right to work. Pause. You pull up. You gotta come right to work. You pull up late. You gotta go right to work. But the question I asked the rest of the panel was, what stood out most about tonight's performance? The offense, the ball movement, the energy, the defense. Talk to me.
um, I felt like defensively we played much better. As a whole, I feel like even though we kind of let them back into the game a little bit,
Hmm.
because Chicago, they still a good team. But even it's kind of like everything we did in game one. Every time we came back, they kind of like punched us in the face, and it was like it's like it was like the opposite tonight. It was
Hmm.
the other way around. So I kind of like that. We always had like an answer back to whatever they did. I like how Josh Hart showed up tonight. He played much better. He looked like the old Josh Hart, more active on both on both ends. Um, his shooting was much better tonight. And I wish in the second quarter, Mike Brown didn't wait so long to put JB in the game because I feel like his momentum kind of slowed down a little bit. But then after that, he picked it up again, and it was a pretty good win.
But Kev, you know, this is why I feel like Mike Brown took so long to get JB back in the game. He played almost the whole first quarter.
Yeah, he did. But he
Yeah,
was
that.
cooking, boy. He was
Yeah,
cooking. 19
yeah.
all in the first, and then zipping the second. Like, come on, bro.
And part of me agrees with you, but part of me understands that he's like, yo, it is game 6.
Yeah,
we got a sizable lead. Let this bench try to hold on to that lead. But I'm not mad at you wanting JB back in the sooner after dropping 19 in the first quarter,
but
which was crazy. Uh, but the next thing is, what changed tonight compared to the last Bulls game? Yeah, I mean, Knickerbocker Ave, we're gonna start with you.
I think that, well, obviously, besides the fact the setting changed, you're not the United Center in Chicago, you're at Madison Square Garden.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that that bad taste in their mouth from that last game was there.
Yeah.
Them getting embarrassed the way they did, um, them getting outrun, outgunned, and pretty much out hustled and played through the entire game. That woke them up. I think in every other loss that we've had, the Knicks have had sizable leads in almost all of them. And in Chicago, it seemed like even if they did have a lead, it wasn't secure because Chicago was just getting up and down the court so much faster. They were out hustling them. They were out beating them in the paint, and they figured them out. Guard the 3-point line. They're not going to the hole. They're not going to make a drive. They're going to kick it out to an open man, to hit a three. And more than likely, if it's Josh Hart, it's not going to fall.
Indeed. Cav, talk to me. What was the difference?
I'm gonna leave the bench stuff to Mrs. Knicks because that was her shit tonight, right? But I will say the 3-point shooting in this game was a big difference. Before that, I think that we wasn't shooting the ball as well, but and me, I feel like 42 threes is a lot, but we made 20 of them, so I'm not mad. We shot 47% from the 3-point line, but I still think that's too many threes. But tonight we knocked half of them down, so I think that was a big. And I think offensive rebounding. I think offensive rebounding was key. So I think that helped out a lot. And I think what else? What else? What else? I think that we should have did better points in the paint. I think they beat us on that in that era. But I think we could have did a better job with that.
But Kev, to your point, like you said, we shot 43 threes.
42 threes, and we made 20.
On the night like that, you can't really be bad.
Nah, I'm not mad.
You know
I'm not mad.
No.
I'm not mad. I just think that when we play attacking the basket and doing all that stuff, we are way more dangerous to me, in my opinion.
So to your point, we are, and I think that's what happened with JB attacking the basket early. That led to all those open 3-point shots because they had to, because JB would have had 60 on 2-point shots the way that he was attacking the basket tonight, right? But yeah, Mrs. Knicks, I'm sorry, didn't mean to. You know what I mean?
No, you're good. I think the difference from tonight and the last Bulls game, and even just the last 3 games, was our aggressiveness. Like, we came out from the jump super aggressive. Like, this was our game. They weren't going to stop us no matter what they did, and they came out in that fashion from jump. And I mean, that's what I want to see every night, because that's what I know this team is all about. Going to the bench, I mean, huge difference in bench points between today and the last Bulls game. It was like 46 points today from the bench, I think it was, and 21 the game before. I mean, our bench should be giving us close to 40 and more every night. We have the talent. Between Clarkson, who finally woke up, and Deuce and Josh and even Yabusele, Shamit, like, they can give us at least 40 points a night. And that's what I expect of them. That's what they were brought here for. This is what Clarkson was brought in for, exactly what he gave us today. Yes, he took some crazy shots that I was like, kind of forcing it. but he also made good shots today. So that was huge for us. And, Josh, as much as people talk crap about Josh, and we'll get into Josh more later on, games like today shows you why he's so important to this team. Not only the little bit of points he gives, but it's everything else, right? The hustle, the heart, literally. And I think that was the difference. They came out and showed that we're a team to be reckoned with, and I hope this is again just a stepping stone, and we continue to build starting tomorrow.
Honestly, I'm just glad that the losing streak is over.
Facts.
I mean, it was really working against my depression, my PTSD, my anxiety, because I mean, I think when T and I had this conversation afterwards at the last game, we were talking about it. We couldn't talk shit. We had to hide from our coworkers because we've been talking so much shit this all off season.
Facts.
And we have to like, nah, it's just growing pains. It's just growing pains.
Word.
The
Yeah.
monkey is finally off our back.
But
and for that to finally happen,
yeah,
and
but
in the fashion that it did, we'll talk more about the importance of this homestand. But
that's definitely the next topic.
Once we start rolling on the victories, also on the road, and start embarrassing teams on their home court, then we really can start walking with our heads all high. I mean, right now we're feeling good, but I think the Knicks finally, like I said again, the bench and the whole team finally stood up and said, like, nah, not on our home court.
Yeah. So the question was, what was the
difference,
the change or the difference between this game and the last game? It's a few things, but I want to just single out to me what was the biggest change. It was Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson was phenomenal tonight.
Clarkson.
And we spoke about this the last, I believe it was
That
the
shot
last
was
live,
crazy.
and the live before that he had to just go out there and be who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Go get buckets. We knew who he was when we got him. Certified bucket getter. You know what I mean? Like, so you gotta be who you are, because yes, there's a system here, but we got you knowing what the system was. Right? Like, when you get a player like Jordan Clarkson, I believe that everybody involved with the Knicks is smart enough to know that you don't change the stripes on the tiger. You feel me? You can't. You know what I mean? You can't. It's impossible to change the stripes on a tiger. You gotta let Jordan Clarkson be who he is. You know what I mean? How much he had tonight? Not Jordan Clarkson.
Yeah, 15
15
and
points.
18
This
minutes.
is what I'm saying. This is who this guy is, and you gotta let him be who he is. I know Mrs. Nick said earlier that he took a few bad shots. He absolutely did. But that comes with the territory. You feel me? But it's up to him to know that on nights where he don't have it, those shots can't be taken. Right?
right?
Like
Um,
nights like tonight where you got it, is like, all right, we're
We'll
gonna give
live
you a
with it,
little,
right?
yeah, we're gonna give you a little bit more leeway. So that's just on him to understand the difference. And it wasn't just offensively. The effort he put up defensively was great too. I was like, oh, this is the guy that we got. This is the guy that we were all excited about signing when we got him for what we got him for. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, to me, that was one of the more differences between games. But to me, Jordan Clarkson was one of the biggest differences tonight. All right, so boom, then moving along, like my guy, nigga Baka Ab already preemptively segued to, you feel me? Nostradamus on that one, right? The importance of the homestand, right? The Knicks are now 3-3. Defending home court is crucial for confidence, momentum builder before tougher Eastern Conference matchups, right? How big was this win tonight for the team's confidence moving forward? Let's go. Mrs. Nick started one. Kev, you got to start this one, homie.
Trying to look at the schedule to see how it's looking for the next.
We got
Hold on.
Washington.
Hold
Then
on, I'm
we
waiting for it
got
to pull
I
up.
think we got
Right, so we got
Brooklyn.
Washington, Minnesota, Brooklyn, Memphis, Orlando, Miami, right? So I think it was a big win because obviously Chicago, we played them back to back games. You didn't want to get swept by Chicago going, especially losing the first game at home. But I think that we should be able to come off with at least five wins out of the seven that we got. We got to get Miami back. Um, I feel like Orlando is gonna be tough. I feel like Memphis we can beat them. Brooklyn, that's a win. To me, that's a win. Minnesota, that's the one. That's the one. That's the one right there that I think is gonna be tough. And I feel like Washington, we should be able to get a window. I think we should go 5-2 at home and defend home court.
So the question is, how big was this one tonight? Pause. Hey, yo, that's crazy. Uh, how big was this win tonight for the confidence to move forward for for us to get that 5-2 that you predict?
Yeah, I said it like it was a big win because we didn't, you got to start off that homestand on a good note. To me, in my opinion, losing to Chicago would have it was our confidence. I think it would have shot our confidence, and at least winning in the dominant fashion that we in will give us the momentum going into these next 7 games at home.
Hmm.
If I answered it correctly.
Nah, you did absolutely. Thank you, Kev. I I might have missed when you said it in the beginning. My fault if I did.
Nah, you
But
good.
Mrs. Nix, talk to me.
I think it was huge, not only to start off the homestand, but just to get a win, right? Because you get down on yourselves after a couple of losses. And so
Mm-hmm.
a brand new team under I'm not a brand new team, but this team under a new system taking 3 losses in a row, and if they would have lost today would have been probably disastrous. So just seeing a win is important. Um, and then a win at home is even more important, especially for a team still trying to build chemistry and still trying to figure out this offense. To have, us fans, the best fans in the world, there to be their sixth man on the court with them with the starting five is huge. And to have us there 7 games back to back to back can be big. It can change the flow of those 3 losses. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it could change the dynamic of the way that we're going right now. And I say we're going 6-1, 6-1 at home.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. Before we get to Knickerbocker real quick, in the comments, hit what you think our record is going to be over these next 7 games. In the comments, tell us what you think the record is going to be over this homestand. Knickerbocker Ave, talk to me, homie.
You know what? If you're in the comments and you think the Knicks are going 7-0, I want to see super chats right now. Hit me with the super chat.
Yeah,
I want to feel
yeah,
the
I
faith.
like
I
that.
want to feel the faith of the Knickerbocker Nation, of all those fans that like to talk that ish. Hit us up with the super chat right now. Give us your record for this homestand. Listen,
Yeah, big facts.
the importance of getting this victory was crucial because let's be realistic. That road trip was horrendous. It was ugly. 3 games that could have easily been victories ended up being 10-point losses in each contest, and it's for the most stupidest reasons. Too many threes, giving up on shots, turning the ball over, not hitting free throws. It's just basketball, and I think that there's too much emphasis of the system and this. At the end of the day, you're basketball players, and you need to do what you're getting paid to do, which is play basketball. I honestly feel that winning this game, first of all, would have shot our confidence to death because me and T would have to really hide from there's nowhere for us to hide on Monday. I mean, it's Monday, we can't hide nowhere, and we both work in the city. Secondly, it would have just shot this team down to astronomical. I mean, this is where you start to really consider. Maybe this is a time where Jalen Brunson needs to, get these guys together and rally the troops and really start to think about, who are we? Are we the Brooklyn Nets? Are we the New York Knicks?
Yeah, the Nets still got to win, man. Don't do that.
There's a difference between the Brooklyn Nets and the New York Knicks. Just like there's a difference between the New York Jets and the New York Giants. There's a difference between the New York Mets and the New York Knicks and the New York Yankees. If it rhymes with ETS, they fuck. Just straight up fuck. We gotta protect home court. We gotta protect our reputation. We gotta do this for the fans. That's the mentality that this team needs to start going into each and every contest because each opponent is going to come into Madison Square Garden this week and next week with the idea of having their Garden moment, and we got to defend home court. And we got to start off with a dominant statement tonight against the Chicago Bulls, who already beat us a couple of nights ago.
They can have their moment with an L.
So
I'm all about those. I'm all about that.
That's the one thing.
It killed me when they were like, "Oh, this is Josh Giddey's 4th triple-double in the Garden." I said, and he could take that L.
Yeah, absolutely.
but
triple-double, take that L.
But in all reality, we know we struggle with those no-name players that come out of nowhere in the Garden and try and there's and most of the time when that happens, we take L's. for some reason.
We call those #Knicks inflate because that's like they inflate their numbers. They become the second coming of Wilt Chamberlain and Michael Jordan on one night.
Yeah, right. But that's the one thing that we gotta watch out for because when stuff like that happens, most of the time, it doesn't end well for us. So we gotta watch out and be very prepared for tomorrow. Oh, we play tomorrow or we play Tuesday?
We play tomorrow.
Play tomorrow, so it's gonna be a back-to-back too. That's a back-to-back. We playing a back-to-back right now, so that's another thing we gotta
sleep game.
You know what I mean?
No.
And Washington got some young talent that we can't really sleep on.
Yeah. So I agree with the rest of the panel that this win tonight was super important. It's a big difference between going 4-2 and being 3-3. Especially in the fashion that we won in, a resounding victory with contributions from everybody who stepped on the court tonight. It was a feel-good win. We got to get the starters off the court a little bit early. All these things matter, especially going into a back-to-back, especially going into a 7-game homestand after taking 3 bad losses in a row. Showing this roster that if we play the game the way that Coach Mike Brown has drawn it up, we gonna win. Yeah, I mean, and beating Chicago is nothing to sneeze at. They were 5-0 coming into this game, playing really good basketball.
Playing really good, yeah.
even though I still think we should have beat them last game, but still, you know what I mean? They're playing together. They're playing cohesive basketball on both ends of the court. So this wasn't like, oh, we beat a team. Yeah, we beat a team we were supposed to beat, but we beat a really good team, a team that's playing really good that we were supposed to beat. You
More
know,
importantly, T, they were playing fearlessly, which is
absolutely.
that's something that the Knicks weren't doing. They to me, they played like they were scared a little bit in those
Yeah,
three games in Milwaukee, Miami, and in Chicago, as opposed to Chicago hasn't backed down to any opponent as of late, and that's why they're sitting at 5-1.
right. So, to agree with what you're saying, what the Knicks was playing before this, you could see the wheels turning. You feel me? You could see everybody's wheels turning on the court, trying to figure out like where they need to be, when they should pass the ball, when should they shoot the ball, when should they drive. You could see the wheels turning, and tonight it just seemed more fluid. And I again, big credit to the Cap because the Cap definitely is a large part of the reason why the game started to move more fluid. He said, "Oh, okay, whoever they got in
Jalen
front of me,
Brunson.
I'm gonna get into early offense. I'm going to take advantage in transition." His 3-point shot was falling early, which helped a lot. So you got to step out, and then when you step out, he would just run it past whoever he wanted, and that action ended up letting him get to the look at excuse me, I got somewhere to be. You know what I mean? But that led him being able to pass to other people and get everybody else involved. I think is a combination of, maybe he sat down too long in the second why he wasn't like
Hmm.
instantly back on fire. But I also think it was him just reading the floor and realized they was collapsing on him when he was driving to the paint and kicking the ball out to get his other guys easy and open shots. Uh, it's super important because again, like you said, back to back, taking a loss tonight and then having to go out tomorrow. If we took a bad loss tonight, probably would have led to another loss to a team that we should not be losing to. You know,
And have us crash out. Have us
you know,
crash
Yo.
out.
snowball effect. And yeah, we definitely was gonna be on it. Oh yeah, it would have been ether button
They
press.
would have swept us, kid.
Yeah, I promise you, it would have been ether button press. It'd have been bad tea time on this show. It'd have been evil tea time. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it from now on. When we having a bad stretch, that's evil tea time when the button is pressed, right? And we would have had evil tea time if we. Oh no, we ain't doing that. This is good tea time. We would have had evil tea time if we would have lost tonight and lost to the Wizards in 90 Day. So this game was super important just to get us on the right track and propel us to a win tomorrow.
That
Uh,
just means that we got to find a graphic with you with angelic wings and clouds and heaven. We
good
ain't
tea
going to
time.
hell today, folks. We going to heaven. Amen. Amen.
So this one is a softball question. Just a nice little segue. Uh, do you think this victory will help the disgruntled Knick fans but start believing again in what this season could be?
No.
Knickerbocker Ave.
Will it change the disgruntled Knick fan? No. I think the disgruntled Knick fans have already, changed their orange and blue for black and white because it matches better and there's more hood. Um, but I think the delusional Knick fan is starting to, go get their Jesus juice and start partying like it was the playoffs again. Um, but I think this was a step in the right direction. This is something that needed to happen. I think the Knicks needed to show why they were the early on odds-on favorite to win the Eastern Conference, and they did that tonight. You know, I would love to see some of these victories happen on the road. However, we have a 7-game homestand, so let's just start mopping the floor with them here in our home court. The garden floor needs some polishing. We can put a Grizzly here and a Net there and a Miami Heat nigga right here. You know what I'm saying? We can start polishing them up a little bit. Then when we hit the road, we can start doing that there. But big, good victory, good, much needed. I'm happy.
Mrs. Knicks.
Yeah, I think disgruntled Knicks fans find any single reason to be disgruntled. They're happy for tonight, and then tomorrow, after they go rewatch, they'll find something to hate on Macau or hate on Josh or complain about. So no, they're never gonna be happy. Um, and to be honest, with the play we saw prior to today, the last 3 games, there was really nothing to be happy about. Like, we all were upset, but putting the blame game on a specific player, I don't think that was fair. More of coaching and the offense flow and stuff like that. I wouldn't turn on a player just yet. Really, not at all. That's just not who I am, right? I'm a Knicks fan. I'm gonna ride with them so they're not Knicks anymore. But yeah, nothing that any Knicks team could do is gonna stop Knicks fans, certain Knicks fans, from complaining.
Kev.
You muted, Kev.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. This is just that's never gonna change. It's never gonna change. It is what it is. It's always gonna be this way, you know. And to be honest, like you said, Mrs. Nick, I mean, let's think about it. These past couple of games, is they just playing lousy basketball. You know what I mean? Um, so everything that they were criticized for was well deserved because they weren't playing well. So that comes with the territory, especially here in New York. This is not freaking Milwaukee or Portland or none of that. This is New York City, bro. Like these people are very, they got harsh opinions. And to be honest with you, like, we gotta expect that. We supposed to be a contending team, and when you playing like shit, then people are gonna say what they're gonna say. It is what it is, man. Like, remember, we seen Julius Randle getting his pictures torn off the wall and doing all kinds of crazy nonsense, and it just is what it is, man. It's never gonna change.
I really don't have much to add to that because you guys are all spot on that. Like, it is what it is. It
Right.
comes with the territory of being a Knick fan, especially being a positive Knick fan. You
I
gotta
mean,
deal.
shit. Like
You
like
got
we had Patrick Ewing get death threats. Patrick Ewing.
yeah, yeah.
It's
It just
like,
come with the
yo,
territory.
it is
Until
what.
the day until the day we win a championship, I think that will be the only time where it's universal peace
For the
amongst Knicks.
day up until the
No,
parade,
no,
and
but
then
wait, but
the
wait.
day after the parade, they'll complain about
Nah,
something.
but listen, they will, even if we win a title, they will find a way to criticize how we won that title.
Yeah,
Okay? And I can always go back to the New York Giants. Every time we won a Super Bowl, the last two, it was always something. Like, it
Yep.
couldn't
mhm.
just be, yo, enjoy the fact that we won a Super Bowl. It was, oh, but we want it because it is, not because it's like, yo, bro, just shut up. Just shut
Yeah.
up and enjoy it, bro. Enjoy
It's like
the
that for the
win, bro.
Yankees. It's like
Right,
that for any team because the Yankees buy their championships and this that.
right.
Yeah,
But the
So
yeah.
Dodgers just bought their championship, and they're like,
Again,
oh man, like, yo, such an amazing win, and da 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 da. It's like, all
It,
right, man, you got it, bro. You
that
got
is
it.
a part of New York sports that we will never get
Fact.
away from.
Never
but I
Before
feel
we
gonna.
get,
like that's where Knicks fans need to do better as fans, right? Because we're at a place where, for the first time in, I don't know, maybe my whole life, players actually want to come to New York. And
Mhm.
that could deter people. They already have to deal with a harsh media and then deal with fans that are just unappreciative. Some players just don't want to deal with that. And so I think that's important for us as fans. Like, we have to do better because players are watching us saying, okay, I can go help that team next year. I can go help them win a championship.
Mhm.
But do I want to deal with, the hate every time one of my shots don't go down? Like, players don't want to deal with that. They just want to play basketball.
Yeah, that's
True.
that's a fact.
True.
Before we get into the next topic, make sure y'all hitting that like button, sharing is always caring. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. You know what I mean? And visit the Shopify. You know what I mean? Whether it's the link or going to our YouTube channel and just copping some merch. And don't forget the super chats. You know what I mean? Super chats are important. It helps us grow. You know what I mean? It's important. And we're gonna talk about exactly what you're trying to talk about when you hit that super chat. But moving along, I guarantee everybody's opinion on this next topic changed after today, after tonight's game, because we were all prepared to have some very critical takes on players tonight. But who needs to step up, right? Brunson definitely carried tonight, but the bench showed flashes, but still some inconsistencies amongst some players. Yeah, I mean, OG Cat Hart is trending upwards, but the roles are still kind of settling in. Mike Brown is still plugging and playing and figure out which rotations that he want, right? If you could, this is yeah, all right. I guess this still works. If you could call out one player who needs to step up next, and why, who would it be? I'll start. I'll start. I ain't start one yet. Mines haven't changed, even though he had a great night tonight. It's Josh Hart. Yeah, I mean, 14-9 needs to be. I, every day coming off the bench is kind of tough to say, right? Uh, but it's definitely close to being able to do for a player like Josh Hart. The 9 rebounds is something that we know that he can do all season long, right? But the game that he had, like the previous game against the Bulls, cannot never happen again for a Josh Hart. Uh, and and Mrs. Nick said it in the chat, like, yo, I think he heard you because he started doing exactly what I was asking him to do the last two lives, which was get to the mid range, attack the basket. That's where you're good at. And
That
that's
just
where most of his shots came from tonight. He hit a 3-pointer, but you don't need to take a lot of 3-pointers, even in this offense. This offense is built for people like yourself who can attack the basket. It's so much floor spacing on the court. You're on the court at times with Cat at the 5. You had Cat at the 5, uh, OG at the 4, McCall at the 3, maybe you at the 2, and JB at the 1. You surrounded by nothing but shooters. There's multiple opportunities for you to be able to get in the paint and make something happen, right? Do what you did today. We don't need you to be a 4 3-point per game plus shooter. We don't need that. We don't need that. We need you to take your opportunities when they are presented to you. Make yourself a threat on offense. He had a turnover today because he didn't want to uh, lay up the ball when he should have. He got all the way to the cup and tried to kick the ball out, and it was a turnover. And then after that turnover, he was a whole lot better. He realized it's like a light bulb went up and said, maybe I should lay it up the next time. You feel me? But as a part of the benchmark, Josh Hart is a super critical part of that bench. And for him to truly be effective outside his hustle and defense, he has to kind of put some kind of points on the board. And tonight was a stepping stone for him to do that. And I'm gonna land the plane there. Uh, who I started off with last time? I don't remember.
You started off with Av.
All right, Mrs. Nix, talk to me. Who needs to step up?
So I didn't pick a player. I picked the entire bench. And again, like Tea Time said in our conversation preparing for the show, I'm like, Oh, so they heard us today. I mean, they came out huge today. And again, I said it earlier, this is what we expect every night. You know, what we've seen the last few games, that's not acceptable. We didn't bring in Clarkson, re-bring in Shamit, and bring in Yabusele for what we've seen. We brought them in for exactly what we saw today. You know, smart basketball, playing defense, you know, impacting the game and keeping the lead, sustaining the lead while our starters, get a few minutes worth of break. You know, going back to what Kev said about JB really not having an impact on in the second quarter, he doesn't need to every night because we got players like Jordan Clarkson, because we got players like Mikal Bridges, because we got players like Landry Shaman who can, you know, at any time, you know, put up points. Josh Hart had a great game today. Not only offensively, but with his hustle. And this is what we expect every single night. So, bench, because you listen to us clearly, I need to see 40 plus from y'all. Mm-hmm. Y'all are very more than capable. More than capable. No one's bench is going to mess with y'all. Trust me. More than capable of 40 points a night. I need to see it. That's going to be my second stat every show. I'm on y'all ass all season. Pause.
Yeah, tough to. Hearing Mrs. Nick say pause is mad funny.
But yeah, like, you gotta think about it. Is that really a pause? Is that really a pause? I don't think that's a pause. I don't think that's a pause.
Yo, listen, yo, Kev. Any version of being on a man's ass is a pause.
but yeah, you're right. You're right. I would have to say Yabusele, man. I haven't seen him playing with that same aggressiveness of, like, especially like when he played in Philly, being aggressive, attacking the basket, shooting the three. I haven't seen him do that yet. I know it's a new system. I know you gotta, get yourself adjusted to it. But so far, I haven't been impressed. He was somebody that I was looking forward to seeing because of what he did in the off season. Yeah, in the off season, and how he played with Philly. I think he averaged like 11 and 6. 11 points a game, 6 rebounds or something like that. And every time he played against us, he gave us trouble. So we haven't seen that version yet. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I know it's only
6 games.
6 games. So I'm taking it easy on him. Pause. I don't know if that's a pause. I just want to make sure. Okay. All right. Well, just in case. Pause. Just in case. But yeah, man, I want to see more from him. I think that if he was to start clicking on all cylinders, that'll make our bench help with that 40 point, 45 points bench from the bench. That would be great. You know what I mean? So hopefully he gets to pick it up.
Knickerbocker, talk to me, gang.
I don't know if it's warranted right now, but fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. I think everyone knows who I'm gonna talk about. I am talking to you, Karl-Anthony Towns. Mani, hermano, mi pana. You did good tonight. But what the fuck was that shit for the last 5 games? You've been playing, bro. Since you got here, it's been a rocky road. It's been bumpy at best. It's been turbulent. You've had moments of brilliance, and then you have moments where niggas on the street is, questioning your whole character. I mean, what were they saying? You soft. Then it turned into you being saucy. Over the past few games, I'm gonna say it straight out. You've been playing like a bitch. Straight up, like a bitch. I mean, just look at these stats. Is that the numbers of a guy that's going to be making over $50 to $60 million a year? A guy that's supposedly supposed to be like the greatest shooting big man in the history of the game. I mean, look at those numbers. That's not $50 million worth. That's not what New York is expecting of you when they traded for you and they shipped off Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. I need to see the Karl-Anthony Towns that was playing at Kentucky. I need to see that Karl-Anthony Towns that was playing in Minnesota. The guy that was leading those teams into the playoffs. Yes, we have Jalen Brunson. We have our captain. So technically you're more of a number 2 option most nights. But I need you in this city, in the mecca of basketball, in the same arena that has held great big men like the names of the captain Willis Reed, and in my opinion, the greatest Knick of all time, Patrick Ewing. And I need you to play like you want to be named among them. That means I need you to get down low. I need you to start bodying some motherfuckers in the paint and then lighten their ass up when they try to guard you out in the 3-point line. I need to see more because those kind of numbers, those kind of performances, that kind of attitude, and averaging 5 fouls a game. Bullshit. Bullshit hooking and cheating and playing como un fucking sucio, bro. That's not New York basketball. That's Rikers Island shit. I need you to play like you playing at the Mecca, not down, not over there by Queens. Look at those numbers. Tonight, he shut me up. Shut me up more, please. Is all I ask.
I have to post because sis went in right there. She don't be going in.
Yeah, no, that's facts. That's facts. Darlene don't even be talking like that in the comments for sure. Like that kind of language from sis.
Me and Darlene are here. Me and Darlene
I mean, listen.
Well, hold on, Kev. Yo, nigga, Buck, I didn't want to stop you because you was cooking. But pause for me. You was going crazy. I need you to get down low. I need you to get on their ass. Like it was a lot of wild comments in there. I just have to acknowledge that. It was my fault, Kev. Get ahead. I just had to. You was cooking though. I didn't want to steal your thunder because you was cooking. But hey yo, homie.
Yeah. But Jay Uso.
But I mean, listen. What he gave us in our first year with him, with little to no off season with us, he gave us a solid first year. You know what I mean? We all called him all kind of names, soft. I was really pissed off about the trade. Everybody on the panel before Av got here. I think Av was here. I don't remember. We was all kind of pissed off about it because we all thought he was soft. We all thought mentally he couldn't deal with New York, the media, the fans, et cetera, et cetera. And he kind of killed that narrative. You know what I'm saying? Last year, to me, in my opinion, I think he killed all the noise. He shut me the hell up, all the way up. Especially the way he played in the playoffs. In the Eastern Conference Finals against Indiana, he played awesome. I'm not making no excuses, but that is facts. We all saw it. I think that you're seeing him struggling right now in the first 5 games of the season because of what's going on. Mike Brown's system. He don't know his role into it's. I see it. I see it. He's still trying to figure out his role in the offense. And I think that's why he was struggling the way he was. And I do agree that the stupid fouls. I'm not gonna disagree with the stupid fouls. It drives me crazy. Like, bro, you got to do better with that. And I think that's one of his biggest problems. The offensive fouls, the defensive fouls. He got to cut that to short. But other than that, I think that's what it is, bro. I think he's still finding his way into this Mike Brown offense.
But I think his way is what we saw today. You know what I mean? Like, you saw him take the ball more aggressively into the paint today more than, hi, Harlem, the past few games. And you also, I like when he's facilitating at the elbow. You know, he missed JB. Well, JB missed it too. They missed each other on a behind the back pass from Cat today. But I like that he can take I can't even get the words out of my mouth. He could take the attention away from JB as a facilitator for a play or two a game. You know what I mean? A few plays a game during the game. But today he was way more aggressive getting into the paint. And doing it smartly. Like, he wasn't doing that hook thing that he's been doing, catching those stupid fouls. He didn't look out of control during any drive today into the paint. And so this is what we expect to see, because we know you have it in you. You know what I mean? You're not a stupid basketball player. You have it in you. We believe in you. Just put it out there on the court every night.
Harlem wants some screen time.
Right.
Yo, word up. I got
Or
something to
something.
say. He's like, yo, wait a minute. I got something to say. Hold up.
But to say this about Cat tonight,
Let Harlem cook. Come on, let him cook.
to say this about Cat tonight, this is a super efficient game for Cat.
Sure.
20 points off 11 shots. That's tough. I like that. Yeah, I mean, I love that for Cat. But moving along, even though it's the Josh Hart conversation. I mean, we kind of, touched on the conversation throughout the show. But yeah, Josh Hart tonight, 14 points, 9 rebounds, three assists, great energy, and a bounce back. Fans have been critical of Josh Hart after a few games.
See, that's what
Tonight,
I'm
he looked like
saying.
himself again, cutting, rebound, defending. Did Josh Hart remind fans who he was tonight?
Hell motherfucking yeah. I'm
I
sorry. I just wanted to take
can't.
over on this one because
I
Go
it
ahead,
fucking
can't.
yeah.
pisses me off, bro. It pisses me off because like people be forgetting what this man brings to our team. You know what I'm saying? If you're not playing healthy, you're not gonna play well. And obviously it's starting to look like he's starting to get back into the groove of things, and we're gonna start seeing the old Josh Hart once again. You know what I mean? It's just, again, ungrateful fans always got things to say. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, bro. But Josh Hart is always gonna be the guy to be a team guy. You see, he hasn't complained of nothing coming off the bench. That's another thing he gotta adjust to. You know what I mean? So listen, man, I'm not mad at Josh Hart. Once he gets fully healthy and in the wing of things, our bench is gonna be insane, bro.
Uh,
Josh Hart.
Knickerbocker. Yeah.
Josh Hart is exactly what his namesake is. He's the heart of this team, without a doubt. And for anybody to question his heart, his intestinal fortitude, and his determination, you're crazy. Because you're just basing it off of the fact that defenses are letting him shoot threes. Something that we all know, we've all knew it from the moment we acquired him till now. That's not Josh Hart's game. Never was. Now all of a sudden he puts on a Knick uniform and you're expecting him to be the second coming of Reggie Miller or something. That's not going to happen. Josh Hart is going to do that dirty work. He's going to be cleaning the glass. He's going to be defending dudes. He's going to be facilitating offenses, when he needs to be. And he's going to do what Josh Hart does. He's never been a guy to light up the scoreboard. I mean, he's had a good game here and there in his career, and of course, a couple of them with the Knicks. But Josh Hart is Josh Hart. If you see Josh Hart and expecting LeBron James, then you need these more than I do.
And listen, let me tell you something. You can leave Josh Hart open at the 3-point line if you want. You're going to take a risk because let me tell you something. He knocks those down. Obviously, you've seen it tonight. There was a few that he knocked down. And we've seen him plenty of nights hit key 3-point shots for us to win games or to get back into games. So if you want to leave my guy wide open, I have all the confidence in the world for him to knock that shot down.
Question for you, Tea Time, because you say it in the opening of every show we do. What are you?
The spark plug.
Wouldn't you say that's who Josh Hart is to the New York Knicks?
Absolutely. I think he said this a while ago, right? He told Mitchell Robinson, "You get rebounds, I get rebounds that break people." And that's crucial, especially like late in games when the games is close. You need somebody like Josh Hart. The spirit breaker. Like, not so much of I'm going to score on you, is that I'm going to get my team another chance and another chance and another chance and another chance. After a while, it's like, all right already, bro. I just want this game to be over because we can't do nothing with this guy. And that's who Josh Hart is. He brings energy, diving on the floor, hustle plays, all those things is what Josh Hart is here for. Shooting, not so much. Not so much. Especially, we all know he got a hurt finger on his shooting hand. So we already knew going into the season, already, I won't say struggling, but a player who's already not so in depth with the long ball pause is going to have a harder time because his hand is hurt, right? But what he brings, what he showed tonight, what I've been asking for the last 2-3 lives is get to the cup, get to the mid range, get in transition. He did that tonight. He didn't need to remind me, but for those who need reminding, this is who Josh Hart is. Yeah, I mean, can somebody tell me how many minutes he played? Anybody got the box score up?
He played 26 minutes.
That's not even like that's like 10 plus minutes less than what he was doing last season under Tibbs, and the same kind of effectiveness.
Mm-hmm.
And he filled up the stat sheet.
Facts.
Yeah.
And this is who Josh Hart could be and be well rested going into the fourth. It makes him even more dangerous. Yeah, I mean,
he's used to
when you start seeing
48 minutes. That's what's crazy. He used to play 48 minutes, and the only 2-minute break he got was because of TV timeouts.
Yeah, facts.
Yo, when you start seeing Josh Hart going coast to coast on you, you know that's when he's Josh Hart for real.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We wasn't seeing that in the first 5 games, and I think, like I said, and I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but it's the truth. When you're not in the rhythm, you injured, you didn't have a preseason, because he got hurt early in the preseason. That all comes into effect. So, now that you start, now I'm telling you, he's about to go off right now.
Mrs. Knicks.
What was the question again?
Did Josh Hart remind fans who he was tonight?
Yeah, he reminded the fans that flipped on him. Not me, not us. We already knew. Look, when I was getting ready for the show, I asked Frank, I said, what am I going to wear on the show today? So I go in my closet and I'm putting on Josh Hart because, you know, it just is so terrible that fans, Knicks fans, flip on guys that fast. Like someone who was critical in us winning as much as we did last season, critical in playoff rebounds, you know, giving guys opportunities to make, you know, points last season and even the season before, right? Because if it wasn't for Hartenstein and Josh, Dante would have never had the opportunity for that 3 in that Philly game, right? Let's just be for real. But I mean, go back and look at our record since acquiring Josh Hart. Our record is, I just had it, 115 and 71. That's a nice stat. I take that. You know what I mean? For him being a role player, not a main guy. You know what I mean? 115 and 71. He does any and everything that it takes to win a game, right? If we need him to make a shot, he'll make a shot, right? It happened in playoff series where he's taking huge shots. If we need him to grab a rebound, give someone another opportunity to make the right pass, he's exactly what we knew we were getting when we traded for him. You know what I mean? Yes, he's injured. Yes, the past few games have not been great games. But don't think that we're not going to see the Josh Hart that we love, the heart of the city. I mean, during the game today, the report came out that his hand injury is worse than we thought it was. It's not only the one finger. It's 3 fingers, and he's losing complete feeling in his shooting hand, whether he's playing basketball or not. And he's still refusing to have surgery because he wants to be on the court with the guys to win. How do you then come out your mouth as a fan and hate someone like that? Hate someone that's putting his health to the side to be on the court for the team that you love to help win a championship this year, because he understands this may just be, in Knickerbocker's words, our year. In my words, this is our year. And he wants to be part of that. He wants to be part of that. So you take what you can get, but don't ever forget everything that he's given to this team. He could have done it even last season, where his hand was injured almost all of last season. And he didn't say, fuck it, let me go have surgery. I ain't 85%. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm going to go into the off season, have the surgery. Unfortunately, he injured it during playing basketball at the end of the off season. And again, he said, fuck surgery. I'll deal with that shit in the summer.
I don't know how people forgive.
Like that.
I don't know how people forgive Jerry Lin for that shit, bro.
That's a whole nother story.
Well, I mean, if you want to put it into more context, just look at the last 2 seasons alone. Just mentioned the stat: 115 and 70 something. 71.
Plus the playoffs.
Right.
That's just the regular season.
But just look at the last 2 seasons alone. We don't win 50 games 2 seasons ago. We don't win 51 games last season.
Right.
Shit, we don't win tonight without Josh Hart.
Facts.
Put that into your brain for a second. When Josh Hart is playing with 100% of his, I think if he has 3 fingers, that's like 60% of who Josh Hart really is. And before anyone says anything, yes, we can forgive Josh Hart over Karl-Anthony Towns in this sense, because you say, well, you were so hard on Karl-Anthony Towns for being, he has a quad injury. Here's the difference. Josh Hart is not committing stupid fouls. Josh Hart's not complaining over every call. Josh Hart is being a man, putting both his shoes on one at a time like everyone else, getting into that gym, putting in the work, and not complaining about it. That's the difference. So, Carl, I hope you look at your boy Josh Hart and take some level of example from that. Because if you play with that much heart and that much passion and that much integrity and not make stupid mistakes, I'll shut up.
I kind of agree with that sentiment, but I also feel like tonight for Cat was a step in that direction. I've never seen Cat play the way he did tonight, like on both ends of the court, like defensively in a Knick uniform. I've never seen Cat play like that tonight. Vucevic, even though he's older now, he's still not an easy cover. You know what I mean? Like he can shoot the three, he can
And he's
post up.
playing well this year too.
Yeah, he could post up. He's strong as an ox.
Yeah.
Got to like in Cat. He attention to detail tonight on defense. Like just like I said earlier, just him pushing Vooch all the way out to the damn near the 3-point line before he catch the ball. Like little defensive details like that we never saw from Cat. Cat would get bullied in the paint. People get whatever position they wanted when they was trying to post up, and he'll create a stupid foul. That wasn't the case tonight. But you are 100% right. We need to see that consistently. Cat needs to step up consistently on both ends of the court. I mean, understand that you injured. My motto is this: if you injured enough where you can't perform well, then you might need to sit out. You feel me? Like, but back to Josh Hart, I agree. You gotta give salute to somebody who says that I want to be on the court versus be on the injury reserve. You know what I mean? And the same message go to him too. If you're on the court, I understand you're hurt. You got back spasm in your finger. If you said you could play, you better play the best you can. And Cat and Josh both did that tonight, so salute to them. Uh, I do got one more topic, but it's getting late. I'm gonna leave it up to the panel. Are we continuing? Or are we
I'm
going?
good.
See, now you got me curious to know what the topic is about. So,
Ain't nothing crazy. Yo, Knickerbocker, you muted.
How about this? Fans watching us right now on YouTube and Facebook and anywhere else, do you want to hear another topic? Let's go right now. Yes, yes. Yes,
put the thumbs up in the chat.
Word. Thumbs up in the
Sharing,
chat if you want
sharing,
one more
sharing.
topic.
Thumbs up.
Alright, because we don't get no
Uh.
thumbs up, we gonna pack it up. Because it ain't really crazy, but there is something worth talking about. Coincides with tonight's game. I
Go
don't
for it.
see nothing. I don't see nothing, y'all. I guess they might be tired of us.
Yeah, they're like, yo,
Like,
go to
wrap it
bed.
up. We gotta go to work tomorrow.
Go to bed. Go to
Word.
bed.
Nah, it is 11:30 at night. You know what I mean?
It's still 12:30 to some people because the hour did to go back an hour.
Or word. That's facts. Uh, Coach
Charlie said, go for it.
All right, we're gonna make this one quick, right? We're gonna make this one quick. Let's try to keep the takes concise, because I ain't gonna lie, I want to go to bed. All right, so this one is about team identity and Mike Brown, right? Pace the space looked better tonight. 31 assists. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a real buy-in. Rotation seemed a lot tighter and smarter. Pause. I don't like that. Did did tonight's game feel like the system actually clicked? I don't. It don't matter who starts. Somebody start.
I mean, I think the system always gonna look like it's good when the shots are falling, right? Like, because they didn't really. Again, they were more aggressive, yes, but it still was the spray three offense, right? They still were doing it, although they did go into the paint and at least attempt more shots. It still was the same offense.
Yeah.
So I'm still not a fan of it. I don't care that it gave us a win. I don't like it, especially down the stretch, right? We continue. No, you laughing, T-Time. They can't see you, but I see you laughing. But down the stretch,
I don't
right?
I still don't like it. I don't care if we won. That's mad.
Down the stretch, when they were making their run to come back, we're still running that stupid offense and missing shots now, making the game closer than what it really was when, hello, play smart, get 2 points, an easy 2 points, run a slower offense because we're trying to kill the clock. Why are we taking shots within 10 seconds of the shot clock when we're, up trying to end this game, winning, and then missing the shot and giving them an easy layup down the court? Like, that makes zero sense. Like, I don't understand. I'm not a coach, and I understand that, right? Like, 2 minutes left. We have the ball. You run the shot clock as far down as you can. Don't take a freaking shot with still 14 seconds left on the shot clock. I don't understand. I don't get it. Yes, they took more inside the 3-point line shots, but they also gave up a lot too. And yeah, I'm still not a fan. I don't like it. I hate it, actually. I hate it.
Crazy. First of all, I think that Harlem was trying to tell you that I was blasphemous that you don't care that the Knicks won. We're gonna get that graphic ready because we have to pause this one, but because that was blasphemous what you just said.
No, I care that we won. I don't care.
That was hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I started laughing too.
What is you saying?
Yo, he stood up mad sneaky, like, yo, what are you talking about, Mom?
But to say that the Mike Brown system is working is kind of like it's too premature. First of all, it is 6 games in.
Mm-hmm.
We are 3-3. And we already know what the talent level is on this team. We know what the expectation is of this team. And I need to see more. And, this is one of the few times where we see the same opponent twice within back to back. So maybe in a case of a series, it might work. And it definitely, has its ups and downs, especially if shots are not falling. But the reality is that it really is too early to tell. I agree with Mrs. Knicks completely that the system looks a little wonky. It looks completely like too predictable. And I'm just going to keep on using that word. You have to diversify your offense. You cannot continue to be breaking down defenses in the paint just to kick it out when the opposition is either clogging up the lane or waiting for you to kick it out and ready to defend the three. It doesn't make sense. So I honestly feel like, I'm still kind of like reserving judgment, but it needs to be polished up, a lot more. And maybe I'm just going to go with my boy Live's assessment is that maybe you have to wait to 20 games, which would be around the end of November for us to say yes or no. But
no.
The fact of the matter is that this is the second straight game where we had a full lineup. No one DNP'd due to injury. This is the second straight game we played the Chicago Bulls. We got the home victory. We start off the homestand great, but I need to see a little bit more. I need to see more diversity, and I need to see more efficiency. That word is crucial, T. Efficiency. You said it before, and I'm going to reiterate it because it's completely important. If you cannot just be going into a contest considering that your only efficient scorers are Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges. Mikal didn't have it tonight, but he had 9 assists. Second time he hit his career high. But besides JB, I need to see more.
The crazy part is I wouldn't say that Mikal didn't have it tonight. He just played a different role. He wasn't ineffective in his scoring. He didn't shoot nearly as much, but my fault, Gad.
Those
No.
9 points those 9 assists turn into points. So, oh, my bad.
Nah, I'm go ahead, nigga. I can finish. I didn't mean to cut you off, but
No
I
worries.
just wanted
But
to add on to your point.
no. That's really what it is. If this system is going to work, there needs to be some level of diversity and efficiency. It cannot be where the opposition is already set to defend the three because they know it's coming.
Yeah. So this is going to be my last question of the night. Uh, do you feel like, because it's definitely a stark difference over the last 3 games? Well, even because by Mike Brown's own admission, even the 2 games that we won before tonight, we didn't play particularly well. Uh, and I also said tonight felt like the most complete game of the season, the early season thus far, right? So, do you feel like the players trusted the system more tonight to get this W?
I
At this
don't
point, I
think
don't
they
care who
trust.
start. Just start.
Yeah, I don't think they trusted it more. I just think that our shots were falling. I think there even in as good as we played, they didn't look really under control. There was parts of the game when the Bulls put a little defensive pressure at the top of the 3-point line, and the Knicks looked almost like they didn't know what to do. Luckily, they found, an open shooter, and our shots were falling. But it looks like they don't know what to do. Like, they know they need to bring the ball up fast, try to break down defense, and then pass it out. But when the defense stops you at the top of the 3-point line, they almost don't look like they know what to do and how to get out of that. Yeah, so no, they don't look confident in the offense to me. Again, it all looks good when our shots are falling, but when they don't fall, it's gonna look like the last 3 games again.
I'm sorry, I didn't get to answer the first part. Is the Mike Brown system working?
My fault, Kev. My fault,
Nah,
Kev.
you good. Nah, you good. Well, I to be honest with you, like I'm with both Anna and Av, right? I don't like it, but we still got to give it time to see because it's only 6 games, right? But at the same time, I think that, and I don't know if that's what he would do, but if it was up to me, I'd cut the threes to 25 to 30 and start cutting and attacking the basket. I don't think we've seen a lot of that. Um, Especially using the pick and roll with Mitchell Robinson like he promised us. We haven't seen none of that. That we he was told he told us that he was gonna use Mitchell Robinson and lobs opportunities and all that. We haven't seen it. Um, I think that if the Knicks played that way, like I said earlier tonight, we would be way more dangerous than we look right now. I think the 3-point shots is gonna take us out of a lot of games. If, like Mrs. Nick said, today they were dropping, but it's nice that they don't drop, and it kind of like sets us back and puts us in harm's way. But if it was up to me, man, I think that you know we need to start playing a whole nother style, man, because this 3-point shooting to me is not it's not gonna be good for the long run.
That style, I mean, look at that graphic right there, that stat. The Knicks were 22 for 22 from the free throw line.
Yeah.
Chicago was 9 for 11. Why? They resorted to just
Aggressive.
3-point shots. And you don't foul those that often. Yes, we see 4-point plays a lot. Yes, there's a lot of closeout that ends up becoming flagrants, but that doesn't happen that often. Where do most fouls occur? In the paint. And if you diversify your offense and breaking down defenses, you're gonna get fouled, which means you're gonna put them in the penalty, which means that you're gonna be put at the line. And this is where you're gonna make your money. I mean, clock stop, taking 2 shots. It's just you and the rim, and that's it. As long as the Knicks are diversifying their offense and not just resorting to this 43-point rule that that was been talked about by Mike Brown all throughout the preseason and in the offseason. I mean, I'm sorry, but how many times have we seen bad Knick shooting nights? Shit, we've seen a bunch of them just this past week. And I mean, in years past, the Knicks have not been the greatest 3-point shooting team historically. So just if we just diversify, I mean, we have 3-point shooters. Yes, we have Deuce, we have Shamit, we have, Jalen can hit the 3. You have Karl-Anthony Towns. We have guys that can hit the 3. But if you diversify and open those shots up for them, look how much more dangerous this team really is.
So, first of all, I want to agree with all y'all takes about the number of threes. I'm not a fan. But at the basis of the question is like, did the players, buy into the system a little bit more tonight? I have to say yes to that. The ball moved way more freely today. It was an urgency to get in the early offense today. I feel like we took the best shots that I've seen us take all season, especially from the 3-point line. Most of the shots that we took tonight was wide open. But so in that regard, yes, like I felt like it was a bigger buy-in to the system. Now the overall thesis that everybody else was, given to on the panel about the system is a real concern as well, because there are nights that we're not going to have it, right? And I've said this before. We beat Boston.
You can come in.
We beat Boston largely because of the same offensive philosophy. We sent Boston home largely because of the same offensive philosophy. Yes, we built the team to beat Boston, but we got a lot of help for their overwhelmingness to keep on shooting threes. Like they made it a whole lot easier than it would have been if they would have played a more all-around game. And we adopted that philosophy, and that's concerning. We're going to win a lot of games because we're just going to shoot better than a lot of people. But we're going to lose some games because we're going to be struggling to shoot. There has to be a plan B, but yet I'm yet to see one yet, right? Still only 6 games. I hope Mike Brown develops a plan B when he realizes the shots are just not falling. But until then, tonight, they definitely bought into what Mike Brown's been selling just a little bit more. Final thought for me is this. Protect home court. We should not lose more than 2 games at home. I don't want us to lose any, but we shouldn't lose more than 2 games at home looking at the schedule. And yeah, let's go Knicks. That's it. I'm done.
That's it for me, man. Let's go Knicks.
You muted, sis.
Just let's continue to build off tonight. This is the team that we want to see every night, and we expect to see every night. And I'm going losing more than 1 is too much at home in this with this upcoming schedule. So not 2-1. I mean, I feel like use us fans and get that momentum going so that y'all remain on the right track. That's what we're here for as fans. So yeah, I mean, let's go. Game 2 tomorrow. Let's win it all.
You know the vibes. Knickerbocker.
Easier said than done about the homestand. I'm just worried about tomorrow. Win tomorrow, then we worry about the next game. Beat the Wizards.
Right.
Beat the snot out of the fucking Wizards.
Right.
We'll be here tomorrow night to cover it and analyze that. Exactly what we've been saying since the beginning of the season.
Belt to ass.
To ass.
Correazo limpio. Correazo, coño.
Yo, you know what's bad? I'm the only non-Spanish speaking Spanish person on the panel. I don't like none of that. But yo,
Fraz is Cuban too.
Oh, what? I did not
you know that.
Fraz is Cuban, kid.
Look at that. Yeah,
I'm Cuban, B.
I'm Cuban, B. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I mean,
no, T-Time, ain't you Panamanian?
Absolutely.
Oh, so you are Hispanic, motherfucker.
I said I'm the only non-Spanish speaking Spanish person on the panel.
He did say that. He did say that.
Word. But yo, shout out to everybody that pulled up tonight. If you didn't do so already, make sure you hit that like button. Sharing is always caring. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. If you're new here, hit the notification bells, set it to all so you do not miss any post-game lives. Go visit the Shopify. Yeah, I mean, it was scrolling along the bottom of the screen, the website, but that's okay, because if you on the YouTube, all you gotta do is go to the YouTube channel. Click on the YouTube channel, then boom, Shopify right there, cop some merch. I'm not missing anything, am I? I'm tired. I'm sorry, y'all.
See y'all tomorrow night.
Somebody gotta do it.
Mic check 1, 2. Tell these rappers I'm outside, get them start acting up. Turning hoes to housewives and cleaning the ratchet up. Do it off from boom bap the melody rap. If they gon' put you in the box, then you might as well pack it up. Bars having bars, no cap, I'm Attica, you a precinct. How y'all competing when y'all just decent? Your rhyme efficiency's like logic simplicity. Don't tell me how much that you black, cause I don't see it. That's it.